Hear my music. What up, though? I want to hear my music. Someone go out here. Anybody's coming in? Come on in. Come on in. What's up, Adam Casanova? Oh, you haters jump in there quick. Let's get them likes up because them haters already in the building, y'all weirdos. Come on, come on. I know how y'all be hating. I don't know why. No, actually I do know why. Logan Davis, the CFZ, Adam Casanova, DC4L. Is it DC4L 505? What up? Ready, red, blue, silver, feeling good about Dan Quinn. What up, boo thing? Let's get them lights up, baby. Try to hate on it last time, but we overtook them. They tried to hate last time, but we overtook them haters, man. Let's overtake them again because they be trying to hate. Goon Squad, baby. What's up, Mel Hayes? You been here? Oh, it must be you must be off. Yeah, I mean, I'm still on the fence with Quinn too. I mean, I'm not really on the fence with him. I'm just like, it is what it is with Quinn. I'm not if y'all watched enough, y'all should already know my feelings. We talked about it. Me and Boss Cowboys talked about. I said this could be another shut up signing, just how it played out. But hey, he's got credentials. I'm not going to complain about it. I told you my motto for 2021 is we'll see. And it sounds easy that I'm saying we'll see. That's easy, but it's not really easy. It's real. We'll see. I don't want to hear all this mumbo jumbo about all that stuff no more. Yeah, let's get them likes up, baby. But I just jumped on here right quick because I didn't know if I was gonna come on. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if I was gonna come on tonight because we got a good show coming up tomorrow. I got my guy Connor live. So he was supposed to be on here with me and Boss Saturday, but his Wi-Fi internet was acting up. He's on that draft shit hard. He's on that draft shit tough. And me and Connor are cool. So he gonna jump on here. He hit me back today, like, what's good, dog? Let's get that in. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And then I hit my guy Dalton Miller. I don't know if y'all seen he was on here with Mike White, Burgers and Blitzes, and Dalton Miller. He really messes with 105 the fan. He always jumping up there doing his draft thing. He's got his own little draft thing as well. So I'm gonna bring both of them guys on tomorrow and let their heads kind of go nutty with the cornerbacks and safeties in the draft, and we can revisit. See if I can get Boss on here, do a 4-man team, and let's all talk about it. You feel me? Let's all talk about it. So make sure you talk about it tomorrow. So I thought I was gonna just hold it and not do anything tonight, but them free agents came up in my head, and I said, well, hell, let me just talk about a few free agents on the team that I like to see. I like to see come back. Now, if y'all don't like them to come back, that's okay. But I like to see if I like to come back. So, oh wow, that's sad. It's really sad in the world when they do that. It's sad. Uh, it's funny though. That's how you know this world is just a weird, whacked out world. Hold on. All right. All right. So let's talk about these free agents. Let's talk about some free agents on this team. Hold on, let me close this out. So I was looking up the free agents. Hold on, let me back this up that the Cowboys have coming up this season. And I'm not going to talk about Dak because we all know about Dak. All right, so we ain't going to talk about Dak. I'm just going to talk about some free agents that I'm thinking about that may come back to the team, though I possibly won't come back to the team. And we're going to see if, we know how the Joneses do. So they ain't going to spend a lot of money. They're not going to do that. They're not going to spend a lot of money. So there's plenty of free agents on the team this year. Who are the Cowboys going to bring back? Who would I like for them to bring back? Let's see. So starting with the top guy. This is just the top guy from Sparkback. Obviously, it's Dak Prescott. We're not going to talk about Dak right now because we already know what's going on with Dak. Person right below him, Tyrone Crawford. What up, KMT? Oh, that's cool, KMT. See, when you say some things, they come out of nowhere. It's just a game you don't even play. It's just them. To me, it's just weirdos that really you don't have a life if you do those type of things. But hey, go ahead. It's not going to stop this train. But let's start with Tyrone Crawford. Tyrone Crawford. He said he was going to retire. I mean, there's no reason for Tyrone Crawford to come back, in my opinion. No hating on Tyrone Crawford. I thought he had a good career with Dallas, especially when he was drafted. I liked him when he was at Boise State, and I liked him when he played the three tech in his young years, and that's how he got his money. But we know what he is now, and I don't even think he's like a terrible trash player, but I just feel like his time is just kind of run out. And it's kind of cool that he started his career with Dallas and he can end his career with Dallas. You rarely get an NFL player that is drafted by a team and retires with the team, especially if it's not like one of them superstar type players, the mid level players. They usually only get like one contract and then it goes somewhere else. But I'm gonna give shout outs to Tyron Crawford. If he does retire, you started with one team and ended with one team. So that's a shout outs to me. But I think the time is done with Tyron Crawford. He played that one tech. He slid in. He played the three. He still played a little outside, even though that wasn't really his spot anymore. So I said that this is where Alden Smith comes in because you got a Tyrone Crawford possibly retiring, and I don't think we just can't just eliminate him. Then you got right below him, Sean Lee. Now, we already talked about it. Now I'm gonna ask y'all this as well. What up, Law? Yeah, you know what they are. But Sean Lee, we've been talking about Sean Lee. Now I done told y'all he needs to retire, get on the staff. They were talking about George Edwards possibly because Scott McCurley, I think, is still the linebackers coach. And I think George Edwards, he just got requested, I believe, by the Bears for their defensive coordinator position. And it said the Cowboys can't block it because it's a defensive coordinator position. So they may be, so they're going to be interviewing George Edwards. So I had heard since, George Edwards does defense and he was kind of that special guy. Nobody gave him a title, just let him sit in the cut. Linebackers coach, I don't care. Dan Quinn's going to have his staff. But in my opinion, dog, why it would just be smart, even if with a Dan Quinn, how would you say no to Sean Lee, especially the way you're putting your staff together? Sean Lee, you 35 years old now, dog. It's over. What more do you have to offer on the field? I mean, in my opinion, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Go on right in that coaching. You know the Cowboys love you. You know you already got a job. You know you're already familiar with them linebackers in that group. You feel me? And if I don't know what happens with Edwards, but you can't tell me Sean Lee can't come right in and those guys can't work it where he comes in and be the linebackers coach. Even if you have him, even if you don't get rid of McCurley and you have Sean Lee assisting him, how don't you want that other mind in the building? And Sean Lee, how don't you want to go ahead and move on into it? Because what more are you going to do? I know you want to win a title as a player, but it probably ain't going to happen. So why don't you get on the staff and you have a lot more longevity because you're not playing a game. You can coach another 10, 20 years. Get on the staff, dog. So for Sean Lee, I want you to retire. Just like Tyron Crawford may be doing. Sean Lee, I want you to retire, and I want you to get on that staff, and I want you to help them linebackers. What up, Jop? Dr. Football, Mel Hayes, Boo Thane, Dwayne Wright, Reddy Red, Manny Ramos, what's up with you? KMT, as we said. Branch Atlas, what's up? I don't know about no Parson being Devin White. What up, 43 Flex? Everybody talking about this Xavier Collins, but listen. So let me ask you. I'm gonna ask each player I'm gonna go through right quick. I'm gonna ask y'all. Tyrone Crawford. Are we saying go ahead and retire, dog? It's over. Are we all in agreement on that? I'm gonna ask y'all. Are we all in agreement on Tyrone Crawford? It's time, buddy. It's you fought the good fight. You started a career. You ended your career. It's time. It's over. I'm gonna ask you about the Tyrone Crawford. Are we all in agreement? It's over with Crawford. What's up, Tavis? What up, Vondale? Montana 808. The Ninja, what's up with you, dog? Elazar, what's good with you? It's over. And make sure you keep getting them likes up. You know them haters did. They heard the last one, so we know where they at. So make sure you keep on attacking them likes because we already know what they're trying to do. Doesn't matter. It's gonna keep popping. Keep on going, weirdo. We're gonna keep on coming. Probably black folks too. So I'm seeing everybody's agreeing with Crawford. Oh yeah, always. So Sean Lee, are we all in agreements that Sean Lee needs to get on the coaching staff? Are we all in agreements in that? Can we agree that Sean Lee needs to get on the staff? You don't need to talk to your wife and go over things. I get tired of these players saying that, what you got to go over, dog? What you got to go over? Get on this staff. They need that brain. If you're talking about you bringing in a Dan Quinn, they brought in Joe Witt, they're interviewing a few more people. Why wouldn't you have a Sean Lee in that building too with that mind? He's not going to help that. Oh my gosh, yes, that's got to happen. So what are we feeling Sean Lee on the staff this year? Sean Lee on the staff this year. Let's make it happen. How are we feeling on that? If he want to, so send him the link. I'm gonna see if y'all all want to jump in. Then me and Law can talk about it. Oh, he said 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I feel you, Andy. He is a. All right, I'm talking to Law right now. This ought to be fun. All right, I'm gonna bring Law in. Send Law this link. All right, so we're gonna get Law to jump in here right quick. You need to just talk about free agents. This ought to be good because Law know them free agents. Hold on 1 second. What up, Tyrone? Haley 94, where what's good with you? All right, I think Law about to come in here right quick. All right, so this ought to be fun. Law jumping in here. Yeah, we need to get rid of that punter. Hey, was we lying about that though, Tyrone? We want. Here we go. Here go Law right here.
What it do?
What up, fam?
My OG. What's good? I'm about to say the other one. I forgot,
What's up with you,
What's
dog?
up, bruh?
Hey, what's up, man? Chilling, chilling. You know what I'm saying? I was chilling, wasn't just gonna just chill tonight, and then
Uh-huh.
it jumped in my head like, let me talk some free agents right quick. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And then I seen you in the building throwing up the fire emojis, people
Yeah.
talking, they like, Law, Law to get in. I'm like, well shit, let's go.
Let's
Let's
roll
do
with
it.
it.
It's better like that. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, like I said, I was talking about free agents, dog. Our free agents.
Hmm.
Who do we think that we want? I was saying who I want to come back, but I'm thinking like the Joneses. Who are they going to bring back though? So I say, let me start at the top of the list with these free agents that we have and kind of throw them out there. So I didn't want to bring up Dak because we already know about Dak
Right.
Law.
Right.
And then I came with Tyrone Crawford. I think we all in agreement it's over. He talking about retiring anyway.
Hmm.
Next guy was Sean Lee.
Mm.
And I said instantly, you need to retire and get on that staff and be a linebackers coach, whether it's an assistant, something. You need to get in there and get in the building because you know Jalen Smith better than anybody. You know LVE. You know this whole core in that mind is crazy. What you think about that? Him instantly jumping on the staff, retiring now, and instantly trying to get on the staff now.
I mean, as long as they do their due diligence, man, hey, bring the guy out there on the field. Since Jerry Jones fall in love with his players, he might as well bring him in and say, okay, all right, now it's time for you to coach the player. That would help us out opposed to him out there trying to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, far as that, I think that would be one way where we can escape. And trust me, Jerry Jones got that type of mindset of loving the players, giving the players multiple chances and opportunities. And there's nothing wrong with it, but it affects the team because he's running it like a mom and pop store. You know,
Mm-hmm.
mom and pop store. You don't need to count all of the 6 days. If he's sick, stay at home, take your coffee, drink your whatever you need to drink, and we'll see you. But in the real world, there's occurrences. There's things where they're gonna say, okay, hey, you late again, buddy. Johnny, you're late again. It's time for me to
Mm-hmm.
fire you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing personal, it's business. But in the mom and pop's business, hey, you can be as sick as long as you want. We want you to be okay, right?
Yeah, man. Like I said, they always going to have that good old boy, and Sean Lee is that guy with them. I
Right.
mean, think about it. He's always had that. I'm always here for the organization. Whatever the organization needs me to do, and even with his contract, he
Mm-hmm.
made sure and said that. Look, I will take a type of contract because I know I get hurt that you don't got to pay me this certain amount of money, or if I'm hurt, you ain't got to pay me this money. So he has come back and done that type of thing for the organization. So
Right.
that's why I think it's going to be a perfect fit anyway, because Jerry ain't changing from what I see in his way. So why not
Right.
bring him on the staff and just have him go ahead and mesh and have another good football mind in there when you're really not going to move from what you really are, Jerry, at this point in stage in your life.
Yeah, might as well. Why not, right?
Mm, makes sense.
Hey, it makes a whole bunch of sense now. As far as the people that you're gonna have to kick off the bridge or let go, let's test the market and see what their market value is. Of course, Crawford, he said that he's going to retire. I heard you can say, okay, cool. You bring Alden Smith back, maybe you sign him for a cheap contract. But if he asking for that money that's so high, you know what I'm saying, that kangaroo stuff type of money,
Hmm.
then we're gonna
Hmm.
say, nah, dog. Well, we can figure out something else. Now, as far as Cheeto Woozier, Jordan Lewis, as well as who else free? Xavier Woods, right?
Right.
Those boys is going to be just like what when we had Barry Church on the show. Remember,
Hmm.
Jerry Jones going to come to them. And
Hmm.
he's going to try to squeeze them with that little money, with the
Hmm.
little low end money. If they say yes, then it's just going to have. It's just how it's going to be, unfortunately.
Well, see, that's what I'm not worried about it, but I
Yeah.
think that's what is going to happen. Now I got a super chat 499 holla for my guy Manny Ramos. He says, "What do you feel like is a bigger need, defensive tackle or free safety?" I say fix the D line, the secondary, and the run defense will look better. I mean, I've already said I'm inside
Hmm.
out guy. I'm not outside in. I'm always said you build in the trenches, you win in the trenches. So I don't know if there's the D tackle that's going to come in and dominate. Those young guys don't. I think you need hitting the free agency, but I don't know if we're going to go out there and get that type of guy. So I just feel like, maybe they get another vet. They're talking about McCoy. I'm not happy about that, but maybe look at him in Ndamukong Suh. I think that he could be a 1 year rental that would be a better option than McCoy if you're going to go that route. Because I feel like he's a more nasty guy.
Hmm.
We need nastiness in there. What you think?
Yeah, man, we need that nastiness in there. There was a guy named Harris. I was doing like the top 100 list. They
Hmm.
had a guy named Harris. I forgot his last name, first name. I think he plays for the Saints. I forgot what team he played for, but he's top of the list. And as well as who else? The Thomason kid that plays for the Giants. And I think,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, Thomason. He's a big boy, Dalvin Thomason. Maybe
But
you
see,
bring
here's
him
my
in.
thing though,
Talk to
Law.
me. Hmm.
I like I said in the last couple of shows, I'm not even looking at him because number one, I want him. But the
Hmm.
Giants, they probably know he's a building block too because he's a really good player. And they were talking about throwing some money. And we looked at it. Remember, we looked at the numbers, maybe nine,
Hmm.
10 million a year. I just
Right.
feel like, Steven, until he shows me that he's going to do that, I don't want to just leave and look at that any longer.
Oh,
Until
right. Yeah.
until he can show me that he's actually going to go get a free agent safety or a defensive tackle and actually spend some money, I'm not going to look at those guys anymore. I'm going to look at those middle level guys or those guys that maybe can be a rotational piece because he's shown that he's going to try to go through this draft and get those guys and try to make it work. And now you got a Dan Quinn. Maybe you having that philosophy
Hmm.
that Dan Quinn can get these guys and coach them up. Maybe you feel what I'm saying? Because they're trying to go back to the Marinelli way because they keep on talking about we want that 2018 defense. We want that 2018 defense.
Yeah, if they're gonna go that way, and 2018 defense, it was cool. Even 2014 defense, but when teams made it up in their mind to run, they was able to run. Now 2014, we was able to circumvent it a little bit better because we were still matching points and we was still able to get turnovers. So it strayed away teams from running the ball on us. Our run defense, for historically speaking, been at the worst, and then it shows up in the worst moments. If
Mm-hmm.
anything we can take away from the playoff game is that everything condenses. Every little mistake that you can make, it will show his ugly head and say, "Hello, I'm here. Surprise, mother." You remember that saying? Surprise, mother.
Surprise, mother bung.
So my thing is, if we go to the philosophy of like Jerry and Stephen Jones saying, "Hey, come on, Big Game James, please allow me to go to TJ Maxx. Please allow me to go to Marshalls, but just one more time, I promise you, you know." And if they do that route again, we're gonna be like, "Damn, same old Joneses again."
I mean, like I said, until they show that they're not going to do it, I'm already
Facts.
going to think they're going to do it. And so that's the mindset I go when I look at the free agents because they're not doing it. And he's already clearly said it and he stayed true to what he said. He said, this is what we're not going to do. This is going to be the motto here. So that's just my
Hmm.
mindset when I look at these guys now. You feel me? So
Yeah.
we got Crawford, you got Lee, Andy Dalton. Yes or no?
Dalton gone, Crawford gone, Lee. you trying to lock him up in a room saying, "Hey, you is now our linebackers coach." That will be the best option for us, Cowboy Nation. Like you said, don't fall for the fool's gold, like I did for the last few weeks of the season. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, Law. I'm like, yeah, man, but see, look, and he's like, nah, Law, nah, no, 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 right? So let's do that philosophy, and we'll be better.
Yeah, and so we got that now. Cam Irving, he's interesting. What do you think about Cam Irving? Do you think he comes back?
Can
Thinking how the Joneses think, do you think he comes back?
Yeah, yeah. If I'm thinking along the lines of the Joneses, I'm bringing back Cam Irvin because he a veteran now. He knows the system. He knows the system. They're not changing any of the offensive coordinators or the offensive line coach. So why not continuity?
See, here's my thing. I think they keep him on a back burner. So I feel
Right.
like they'll keep him as like they do with the Adam Redmond kid. Uh,
Hmm.
they always kind of keep him around because he's familiar with the system and nobody's really going to pick him up. So Dallas can always scoop him if something happens. I think in this situation now you have a Brandon Knight and you have a Terrence Steele who played all year pretty much, and Brandon Knight showed played a significant snaps as well. I feel now you don't go to a Cam Irving because he costs like 2.4 million on your cap. Now you got a Terrence Steele, a Brandon Knight who's cheaper, and they played the whole year. I feel like you let a Cam Irving go and you roll with those two young tackles because it's going to be cheaper in the end for you.
Cheaper to keep cheaper to get rid of them. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. There's no rebuttal to that. That's a good way you put that up together. So yeah, I mean, if that's the philosophy, then yeah, let's roll with it.
Yeah, and like I said, those are two young guys, and I mean, we saw Steele get better. We saw the debacle, but we saw him get better. And Brandon Knight, he has done good as a swing tackle. I'm not asking him to start, but if he can come in a pinch, I like that. But
Yeah.
here's the guy that we've been all talking about, Alden Smith. He made 2 million
Mm.
this past season. He's going to be 32 years old. What are you thinking about Alden Smith? Jerry has already said, I know you made a video about this.
Hmm.
Jerry's already talked about how he wants Alden Smith coming back. What are the realistic chances of Alden Smith coming back? And do you want him to come back? And what position, Law, do you want to see Alden Smith in with the Cowboys?
All right. So first down, second down, he might be in the inside, and maybe third down, you can kick him to the outside. But if you have a Randy Gregory, that is impossible, right? So my thing is, you probably have to flip that role of his. And if the Cowboys do not find a guy in the free agency nor the draft that can solidify that interior role as a three tech, then yeah, you bring him back for those purposes. But here's the other thing. There's two ways to look at it. We can look at it. He started off red hot on fire. And
Hmm.
you talked to his positioning coach on the offseason that helped him out in certain ways. This is Brandon Tucker, right?
Brandon Tucker.
Brandon Tucker. He said that he can play any down, any position in any sets, whether it be a 3-4 or 4-3. He said it from his mouth, not ours, right?
Right.
So he believed that Floyd, that's his nickname, can
Boy.
play anywhere on that front four. And I said, okay, cool, that's good. Now, from the Cowboys land, from our perspective, a lot of people like to put people with what Barry Church said, that label, right? Remember
Hmm.
that? He said he
Hmm.
like to put people in a corner.
Labels. Yep.
We like to label him as he can only play outside. Now, my thing is, there's two ways we can look at Alden Smith 2020 season. He started off red hot fire. Everybody looking at it like, wow, we got us a deal of a deal. But the problem was he died down. You played sports, big game, James. And did you run track? Did you
Yeah,
run
I
in
ran
track?
track. Yes, I
Yeah, yeah.
did.
So you know when you get around, you running those laps, and it's
Hmm.
that, or you hit the last stretch,
Hmm.
and they got this thing called a bear. If that bear jump on your back,
You stop instantly. I remember Law. I remember I ran the 100, the 200, and
yeah,
I did the long jump,
yeah.
and I did the 400-meter relay. But I never did the 400 just straight out run. So we
Mm-hmm.
had a guy. He actually got hurt during during the meet. So they was like, "Hey Yates, run this 400." And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Okay, you know what I'm saying? I can do that because
Mm-hmm.
I ran the 200." You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. My law, I went in there all cocky, like, yeah, I can do this 400. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? I got this. Started out, like a dummy, going
Mm-hmm.
fast. Started my ass going fast as hell, looking, blowing everybody out. Law, I'm looking
Yeah,
at like I got this, dog. I'm about to kill this shit.
yeah.
Law, as soon I promise you, as soon as I hit that 100 last stretch, both of my hamstrings cramped like bing. I literally hit the ground, grabbed both of my legs, and they just ran right past me because it was like, bro, what are you doing? You better pace yourself. And I didn't have no energy of it, and bam, it came and smacked me in my face. That's the only thing I wonder with Alden Smith. We saw what he was doing
Hmm.
early, right? Now
Right.
he's 32 years old. We saw how he kind of tailed off, but it's like I'm a gift and a curse right here because when I see what he did for us, though, Law. I mean,
Yeah.
50. He had 50 pressures,
Yeah.
35 hurries, 5 sacks, 44
14,
tackles,
14 QB hits. Yeah.
14 QB hits. I mean, they made some bad stats for missing 5 years of football.
Rolling off the couch. You
Rolling off
know,
the couch, dog.
and is equivalent to almost what D-Law produced. And think about this. I want people to understand what he did. There was no training camp for him. There was
Mm-mm.
no adjustment for OTAs. It was like, okay, dog, hey, here's your uniform. Hey, go roll out there with your blonde hair and make something happen. As soon as you cut the blonde hair, it's kind of like what Cisco did when he released the dragon. It's just like he he should have kept the blonde hair.
I
Put the
mean,
blonde hair back on. Maybe he can get some more pressure.
so I'm asking people in the chat, do we want Alden Smith back? I want Alden Smith back.
If the price is right.
If the price
Now,
is right.
if he
So
go
what do you
out
he
there and
made
say, hey,
two
I want
million
some
this
money
last
now,
year. What do you
huh?
think? What do you think is a good contract for Alden Smith?
How much he made last year? How much?
He made $2 million last year. 1 year
Damn.
deal.
What's a good steal right there?
Got a lot of
Uh,
incentives. His base was like 950,000, something like that.
what Crawford made?
Crawford made 9 million.
Let's see if we can get somewhere around seven. If I can get him for seven,
7 million per.
7 million per with conditions.
I would do him. Come on,
Six,
Steven ain't
five.
gonna. Steven ain't gonna do seven. I don't think Steven would do seven with Alden. I think he would do like if he did 2 million this year. I say he'd do a five,
With
maybe a
conditions, right?
six with conditions.
Yeah, yeah, right. Well, five. Look, that would be that. Seven be the tops. Anything above that would be like, nah, we can kick a can with somebody else. And then five will be where the ideal will be at with conditions. I think that they bring that back. There will be a comfortable salary with him. He will have something to look forward to. And then we have to tell his agent and rep, and as well as him, like, look, man, think about it. You don't want to go to another organization and you have to relearn everything as far as the
Hmm.
area, the land, and everything. We got your counselors here. We got Brandon Tucker right here too. They could work out with you. Maybe we can talk to Brandon, and maybe he can get him in with the organization as far as the Dallas Cowboys. Who knows how networking work?
Hmm.
And on top of that, we can just tell him like, look, man, going to another environment, they probably don't have the same patience that we have.
Right.
Maybe they can put that salesman breath on him with a little taste of Johnny Walker Blue and keep him here for 5 mil.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it can work if you had no, hold on, let me see. If you had oh my God, Job just dropped a 499 holla.
For your mind.
Appreciate you, Job, for the 499 holla. I'm gonna answer that question real quick, but this is just my opinion, Walden. I'm seeing people in the building. I think everybody's on the same thing as far as if it's cost effective, let's do it. I just feel like you had him this year, and if it is a cost effective, that's one more player on the defensive line that is an asset. It's not
Hmm.
like if you have a D Law, Alden Smith, and a Randy Gregory on that line, if you're rushing the passer, you don't feel bad about that. That's one more player that you maybe don't have to look at drafting high because you do
Right.
have your Alden Smith and he's versatile, just like we talked about. Brandon Tucker, he said he can play all the positions down the line. And if you had Tyrell Crawford playing that position last year,
Hmm.
you can't have Alden Smith playing it. And he's bigger and he's younger and he's still, I think, more athletic. Them hips is better than Tyrone Crawford's hips. I'm gonna go ahead and say I think his hips
Right.
are better. I'm gonna say he's more of an athlete than Crawford is at this point of his career. So why not slide him in and out and maybe have him back up Gregory, get him at a good price, dog, and get him at a couple year deal. 32 years old. We've seen defensive linemen and defensive ends law be 35, 36, even 37
Hmm.
years old, still be productive in the NFL. So I said if you can get him at a good deal, maybe a five. If you were making two, five, and maybe some stipulations, that 2 year deal, that's great for me and bring him back. That's what I want for Alden Smith.
Yeah, everybody putting the market is at 6.5. Eric, I see you over there, and some people sitting there like saying, okay, yeah, I see some people say 3.5. That will be an ideal as well. So any
Uh,
of
but
those things will work.
yeah, I don't see him taking no 3.5, but okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see him doing that.
With
This is
conditions, with conditions,
yeah, this is gonna be his probably last contract. He gonna want to get some money from this. You feel me?
Yeah,
But my
but
God,
if Calais Campbell out there on the market, hello, if he's
they ain't
out
gonna
there,
do that. They ain't gonna do no damn Calais Campbell. You feel me? They ain't gonna do
I
that.
feel you though.
Hey, but my dog says, will the Cowboys sign defensive back Mays? We talking about Marcus Mays from the Jets? Are we talking about that Mays? Because if we're talking about him, I don't think so.
Yeah, because my only thing is if they
He gonna cost too
refuse to
much.
pay, he's
Yeah,
going to call us about what we didn't want to pay Byram Jones,
right.
right? For
So
13, 14-ish million, although, the market went up for cornerbacks and it stayed the same for our safeties. But he can do so much, big agent. All
I
he's
know
going to
he
do
can.
right now is,
I
yeah,
know he can, but I'm not going to hype myself with that no more,
right.
Law. I'm not going
Oh
to
my
be saying
God.
what he can do and what he can't do. The first thing I'm looking at when I made that tweet, I was serious. When we talk about free agents, I'm talking about how much they cost. You feel me?
Right,
Like, so
right.
when I see a Marcus Mays and what he's done, yes, I like what he's done. But then I'm
Hmm.
also say what you've done has made you money. So if it's made you money, Steven and Jones may come at you, but they're going to give you this offer that they're not going to outbidding somebody else. And if you got another people, they're going to say, okay,
Yeah,
all right, you good, be out.
they gonna come to him with the 7 million offer.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "What do I?" And that's what the Cowboys do. And see,
Yeah,
that's how they fool the media.
yeah,
They fool us in the media because they like we made an offer to him, but yeah,
right.
you know damn well the offer was not going to be touching nothing that he was going to accept. So, but it makes the nobody who pays attention. Well, they did offer him. They did
Yeah,
offer him. They offered him 1 million.
yeah, yeah. And not, I know you said not to bring up the Dak Prescott because it's just at a moot point right now. But just like the Dak Prescott, they would leak certain things. Well, we made a $190 million offer to him, with
Mm-hmm.
2 million guaranteed or something. They do that and they'll leak. He turned down. He rejected us. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
rejected. Who wouldn't reject those
you're right.
offers? You know what I'm saying? But I think if they can figure out that Alden Smith thing, and with the money, I'm cool with him coming back. Now here's another guy. Did I talk about him? Joe Looney. Joe Looney. He
Jumbo Joe.
I definitely want Joe Looney back, but his past year he made 2.5 milli. Do you think the Cowboys bring him back, or do you think Joe says, you know what, I'm tired. I want to start. I want to go somewhere else and get some money. You think that happens? What do you think?
I think that Joe is a family man and he loves the area. I know these football players would love to go to other places, but if I can say, Joe, we gave you 2.5 and you are a versatile player in a pinch. If you need a guard or a center, you're there. I would bring Joe back for a cup of coffee. I know my dog Vach Lombardi, he came out earlier when I was live and he said, man, Joe is trash. But I just think that the slippage of Joe when he's out there playing is not that far down. I don't think that he's giving up multiple sacks and these sorts. I just would like to keep Joe. And they say they want to get back to 2018. Excuse me, wasn't Joe on that roster in 2018?
Yeah, I mean, this is how I feel about Joe Looney. I want him back, but I want him as a backup.
Backup only, yeah.
I've been said Joe Looney is nothing but a career backup. He's nothing more. He's not a starter in the league. Ben said it. And that's what he needs to come back. You drafted Tyler Biadasz for a reason. You
Mm-hmm.
drafted him to be the guy of your future. You saw a little bit of glimpses. Now you give Biadasz the whole reins this whole year and just say you're the starting center. You work and just get better and do this. But if you can get a Joe Looney at a good rate as the backup, you definitely want that because now you got versatility along the line. You don't feel like, well, the team just falls totally off if our guy Biadasz goes down. We have a Joe Looney. So definitely I feel like you bring him back. He gave up, I think, like 3 sacks this year, 16 pressures. But I definitely feel like you bring a Joe Looney back in a backup role because you need that depth. So figure out a way. And like I said, he's like guy that everybody with the Cowboys love. And I feel like the Joneses love him. So I feel like they can work that out.
Work
But
it
he
out.
needs to be the backup.
Yeah, he'd be the backup guy. And when I looked at those game plays, it was one game that Biadasz, I was high on Biadasz train. And I said before the season, I said, yes, all of my things that I was saying about Biadasz are coming to fruition. but it went at the wrong time because I believe one game, big game, James, we was sitting there waiting for Biotis, and they said all of a sudden his hamstring locked up, his leg got locked up,
Hmm.
or something like that, and
Hmm.
that right there is cause to pause because I'm looking at it like now his second year. What happened if that happened week 3, week 4? And
Right.
you're going to bring in an inexperienced center, somebody. What is it? Redmond? He got center.
Oh yeah, Adam Redmond.
So you can bring Redmond in. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
mean, you can bring Redmond in because I mean he's got some good size. I think he's like 6'5". He's not no little guy. He's a big dude. But you know what? I ain't really never seen no Redmond. I seen him a few plays, but I feel better with Looney. But if Looney was,
You seen Looney, but you haven't seen Redmond though.
I seen Redmond. But here's the thing: if Looney wants to get paid, he gonna be gone.
Oh yeah,
Because
he gone now. He
gone.
gone, dog.
He
He
gonna be
dead.
gone. He dead. He dead. He's still dead. If he want money, he gone. But hey,
Yeah.
if he still want to be in love with Dallas and want to say, hey, I know I got a future here and I could still probably play if something happens. And it ain't just center; he can slide into play guard because remember when he was originally here, I think he was more the guard than the center. So
Yeah.
he's a versatile guy. He can play guard and center. So it's not like he's just pigeonholed at center. So I like the versatility he brings. So I say bring Looney back at a good rate as a backup, in my
Hey,
opinion.
hey, hey, can I just say one thing for your channel, man,
Yeah,
right quick?
yeah.
How dare we have the audacity to only have 100 people in here with 22 likes from what I can see and 18 thumb downs. I can't live with that. Y'all, man, please, y'all don't know, man. We do a lot of work. This stuff ain't easy, man. If y'all could just do me a favor and Big Game James, please go in there, like it. Find cousin Pookie and Ray Ray. Tell them to jump on YouTube right quick and hit that like button, man, and share this content around the globe. And whoever with the 18 thumbs down, man, come on now. Yeah, 42 likes. Yeah, my stuff must be frozen over here. But appreciate y'all, man. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Like I said, dog.
I ain't trying to bag though. I'm just trying to say we trying
It's
to
all
push this
good.
thing out. Let's
You feel
go.
me? We
Yeah.
know how it goes, Law. You know what I'm saying? A few people listen to a few things and people get in their feelings and start hating. But hey, that's all
Hmm.
right. The train don't stop because the haters come in and want to watch the thing and be
There
the
we go.
weirdos and unlike. Who does that? But like I said, I mean, that's something in your life that you need to look at. And that's not something I have to look at. That's something in your own life you have to look at within yourself and say, damn, I'm really like this. I really come to somebody's
Right.
video and unlike. What am I in my life? What do I do every day in my life? What kind of person am I really? I
Yeah.
know what kind of
Yeah.
person you really probably are, but
Yeah,
that's
they
okay.
tripping, man. They tripping coming
Okay,
over here.
hey,
They
that's
thumbing
okay.
down, vote this thing, man. We
Like
trying
I
to
said,
give them some unfiltered
hey,
stuff around here.
like I
Yeah.
said, them lurkers, they sit there quiet. They just sit there and watch. And you say one little thing about it, and they get in the feelings, but that's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, and we got to have objectivity. Look, what channel would this be if everybody agreeing to everything? We might as well go and cut it off, right?
Oh, it ain't even that long. I know
Yeah,
what it really is, so
yeah. I
it's all
already
good.
know.
I know what it really is, so it's all good. But
Let's
hey,
go.
see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I love you, Law. You bringing all them lies. See, that's what I'm saying. It's that
Aquarius.
Aquarius. That's what that
February the
is.
2nd, y'all be ready,
You feel me?
baby.
All them
It's gonna
lights
be a
come out with
national
Law
holiday
Say. That's
one
what I'm
way.
talking about. Oh, I got a new member, Akeem. I can't believe it.
Could not believe
Got
it,
a new member in the
Akeem.
channel, Cam Akeem. I can't believe it. Oh, Sheila, what's up, man?
Yeah. Oh, Sheila. That's my girl right there, Sheila. And
So we
Dr.
got
Football, I appreciate you.
Dr. Football. I appreciate Dr. Football. I
Objectivity,
like
Dr.
that.
Football,
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. So here we go. We got some couple good names coming up right quick. Blake Bell. Ooh, because see, everybody talking about this Pitts guy. And he don't block, but he nasty. Would you keep Blake Bell?
If
Would it
with
be
the
too
10th pick,
because you're only gonna keep probably 3 tight ends on the roster though, Law. And Dalton Schultz has made his case of I'm a solid number 2.
yeah, Schultz is a solid 2, but the way he get open is not by route technique.
He's
It's just by
witnish.
he's wit. Yeah.
He's witnish.
And when I look at this draft, and if the Dallas Cowboys go with the 10th pick of the 2021 draft, the NFL team Dallas Cowboys select Kyle Pitts, I'm still gonna be happy because I know that a lot of people will look at it like, nah, but just turn on
I
the
would
Kansas
still
City
be
Chiefs.
happy.
Yeah, turn on Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not saying that he's like the guy number 87 for that team, but he's like that guy. You're gonna have to really figure out how you're gonna put. He's gonna put your defense at a situation whereas do you have the slot guy on them?
Mm.
Or will you kick over the safety? Will you
You've
bring
seen
your
them damn
linebacker
hot.
down
You've seen
inside?
them games.
Yeah,
I'm highlight. Wow, boy, he's tantalizing.
tantalizing.
We have, you like that word, don't you?
Yeah, I
We
love
haven't
it.
had somebody like that in a very long time, though, Law, that could
Yeah,
really, because like I said, Blake Jarwin, he can get open. He's more like a long strider because he ain't like the Pitts.
right,
You
right,
feel
right.
me? So
And Jarwin do well against the Giants. Are we gonna play the Giants 16 weeks? Let's be real about it.
But
Blake Jarwin.
we can't hold him to that, Law, because he blew his Achilles out the first week. We can't hold him to
True,
that.
true.
He ain't really get to even no chance to shine. But the good thing about it, if there's anything that he did it early in week one, so he should be able to come back super strong and super ready. But like I said, if you got other guys that are taking, and I'm all about the D or whatever, but if you got some of these other top guys that are taking and a Pitts is there at 10, here's the thing. This is what I'm going to speak on right quick, Law. We drafted CD Lamb at 17, right?
Right.
What happened in round two? Who we get?
Diggs.
Was he defense?
Defense. Yep.
What did we get in round three?
Defense. Gallimore. I'm going off the top of my head. I could be
Right,
wrong.
right. And he was pretty good for us too, right?
Oh yeah, you good. That boy good.
Okay, okay. Now, we don't know what Reggie Robinson or Bradley and I is, but we can kind of think that, they maybe we saw Reggie Robinson toward the end of the year and they said Anaya was doing his thing, but he just couldn't get in because of the numbers.
Right.
So we still, even though we drafted a guy on the 17th pick who is a serious difference maker on the team, we still got heavy defense in that draft, did we not?
You right. You right. Right. I just got to pause and say right quick, man. Charlie Bridges, man. Whenever I see this
Oh, I
man,
love
this
Charlie
brother,
Bridges.
man, he just come off the top ropes with the
Hmm.
deluxe menu, man. What's on that menu, Big Game, James? That make
We
me
got the
hungry.
Biggie, we got the Deluxe, and we got the Supreme, dog. You don't play around when you get that Supreme, dog. You know when you get the Supreme, you get the onions, you get the pickles, you get the ketchup, you get the mustard, you get the mayonnaise, you get all that shit, tomatoes, all that stuff in there,
Yes,
man.
indeed.
What's up, the
Woo!
lunatic? How you doing, baby? What's up, Paul? All
Shout
raw.
out to y'all,
Jessica's
man.
in the
Shout out
building.
to you.
Everybody appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody jumping in the building. Keep on getting them likes up. You know what I'm saying? So we can destroy the unlikes. So you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We
destroy,
have
get
like
it away.
120 likes to the 20, or like 200 likes to the 20. You feel me? Like over
Yeah.
top it and dominate off the top turnbuckle and throw elbows in it. You feel me?
Yes, indeed. They say there's a myth out there that every like we get closer to a win. So every downvote we get closer to a lose or a loss. So y'all continue to like, man. So y'all get these likes up, man. They say if you get to 1,000 likes, it's a guaranteed win. Game
Let's
one.
get,
So,
let's get that guaranteed
yeah,
win.
look at that guaranteed.
So
Big
what's up?
joker.
You want Blake Bella back? You want Blake Bella now? Do you think he comes back? You only keeping 3 tight ends.
That joker, man, that boy, man, that joker can block though,
I think
Blake
he's
Bell.
gone.
But he may be gone.
I think he's gone.
Yeah, and the style, the style and the way that Kellen Moore calls offense, I think that he curates separations via spacing, so it's really not that much of a blocking. And if they do block, we know which running way they're gonna go. They kick in, they do a lot of what you call that motions and stuff like that, as far as their run situation. So I just look at it like Kyle Pitts. I think just from my mindset of what Kellen Moore, he can probably develop and design plays more for Kyle Pitt opposed to a Blake Bell. So
Exactly.
if you get a Kyle Pitt, don't be mad at the world, Cowboy Nation. Just look at it like this. Offense is the way that they're going with it, and just look at what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing. Not saying that they are doing everything right, but look what they're doing with their tight end.
And not just that, you still got defense. And think about this: if you stay at the 10th pick, Law, you're at the 10th pick, so you're still at the top half of the draft every single round. So
Every
you're
single
still
round.
going to get the upper echelon of people. And if you drafted 17th and got a CD Lamb, and then you hit defense all after that, you can still go after defense. So it's
Yeah.
okay. You don't have to wig out and say, "Oh, well, you got that guy." No, because then once you see him playing, you're gonna be like, "Oh, Kyle Pitts is nasty." I'm so You feel me? Then the narrative will change real quick after he gets about a few touchdowns. Because I mean, damn, he had 12 touchdowns this damn year. When's the last time our tight end has had a whole gang of tight ends besides Witten? Thank you.
You're right, man.
And even been a threat in that red zone. I want somebody can go up and get it. We don't even have somebody goes up and gets it. We have to throw the ball right in his chest. I want somebody can jump in the air and high point it as a tight end and can go get it. We don't have that tight end.
Vertical. Look, look, Cowboys just close your eyes. You can go with two vertical threats of a tight end and still have Amari Cooper because they're gonna have to roll coverage his way. And so what? You load the box, right? You load the box with 8 or 9 people, and this is not me just drawing up Madden plays. But if you send two vertical tight ends up the seam, okay, 1, 2, 3. Where's your single high safety? Who he's gonna peel off on? That's just gonna have. It's just gonna dictate everything with the threat of a Kyle Pitts, and I think that will work out, especially
Definitely,
in the red zone opportunity.
especially in the red zone. So I'm mean, saying if it's available as Cowboys, let's not just down it and say this is bad because I'm a defensive guy, but even I'm not stupid.
Right, right. Them jokers did a double post, man, on
Oh,
pump side.
yeah, you
He's
feel
like,
me,
how you
dog?
going
I'm
that
all
damn
defense.
route go like this, man?
You know, I'm all defense, but I'm not stupid.
They gonna drop everybody back in the zone and say, okay, here you go, Zeke. You got a light box now. Go make it happen.
So here's another guy, Law.
Yeah.
Joe Thomas, 30 years old, made 1.2 last year. Does he come back with the team again? Is he going to be kind of like that Justin Durant where Cowboys always calling him no matter what? Somebody gets hurt, we call Joe Thomas. Is he going to be that linebacker guy with us, or is he going to say, you know what, I want a chance to start, I want a chance to play, I want to get on the field, I'm gonna go try to get me some money? What do you think happens with Joe Thomas?
I
What do you
think
want to
that
happen with Joe
I
Thomas?
think that there's no room really for Joe Thomas on another team. So he's going to have to come back with their either matching the money that he made last season or go less than the money that he made last season to be back on his team. Unfortunately, I do know that when you see him out there on the field, we see some range out of his skill set. We see some explosive plays, and we do see as it relates to some objectivity of him not picking up the right assignment. I don't know whether or not there was just new scheme being built or it just is processing. Maybe he got a slow processing unit. All right, so my thing is, you bring him back. He knows what this, not just the defense, but he knows how the temperature is in Dallas, and this probably be a better suit for him outside of going to either the Colts or the Kansas City Chiefs, because those are the two teams that normally pick up ex Dallas Cowboys players. Oh, I'm sorry, or the Raiders.
See, well, this is what I feel. I like Joe Thomas, but I feel like he's gone. I see a lot of people in the chat saying that as well. I think that we're going to, I don't know. I just feel like they tried that experiment with Joe Thomas and it was
Right.
cool. I don't think it was bad, but I just feel like kind of like the new staff is going to come in there and kind of get different people. And I think Joe's going to want some opportunity, maybe somewhere else to get a little bit more reps, some more snaps, and
Hmm.
maybe he comes back. But I don't see those two, and I feel like the Cowboys really need to hit this draft. You know, with linebackers. You can get maybe a couple linebackers in this
Hmm.
draft. You don't have to draft them in the first round, but you can get linebackers in this draft and they can still be good. So I just think the Joe Thomas thing is over a couple years. Last year I was cool, and not say I wouldn't want him back, but I just feel like that time is kind of just come with Joe Thomas, in my opinion. I think he doesn't come back.
I feel you on that. Who we get just kept on coming back. He changed his last name several times. I forgot his name. Is the tip of my tongue. You know what I'm talking about, right? You said, man, how does this dude keep finding ways? I guess because he changed his last name. He even changed his number. Is it March? Is it Lilia?
Justin Hart. Yeah,
Just
Justin Hart.
Justin. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
If
know
he
why.
can survive, I know Joe Thomas can
He can
survive.
definitely survive, but Justin March also isn't, because if I look and see, he's making 910,000. That's why
Oh,
he
okay.
he can come back, and he's a special teams guy. So that's why he can make the team, but he's never going to get no significant steps as far as playing. If Justin March, and I'm not dissing Justin March, I promise you, if you ever listen to this, Justin, I'm not dissing you. But if he's starting on the team as a linebacker, I'm not feeling good at all about our defense ever. That's just my opinion.
Yes,
So
indeed. Unless we go draft crazy, man.
nah, dog, Justin
Oh,
March will never be a starting
oh,
linebacker on the Cowboys.
I got somebody for you though on the
Who that?
free agents. It was on the top 100. Cowboy Nation, everybody in the chat box. KJ Wright. What are your thoughts? Go, big game, James.
I would like a KJ Wright, but how much he gonna cost? That's where I'm coming instantly.
Oh, let
How
me
much
see if I can pull up that thing real quick. Y'all
KJ
got
Wright?
KJ Wright information? Let me
KJ Wright
see.
gonna be at least what, 9, 10 million, maybe eight,
I'm going down the list. I did
eight
it
to
today.
9 million. He's what? How old is KJ Wright? He's 30.
He probably be long in the tooth right now.
He's
Could
like
be a long
32
tooth.
or 33.
Oh, that's a long tooth, bro.
Yeah, he's not. He's not young.
Let me see if I can find KJ. Come on, KJ. Somebody put it in the chat box. I'm looking for it right now.
How much KJ Wright costs? I don't feel like he's gonna cost some money.
Come on, because he would know the system. He would
I
know
like
the philosophy.
and he's physical.
6 mil,
6 mil.
5 mil guaranteed.
How,
6 mil a
how old,
year.
how, old, how old is he?
I don't have his age up
How old
there.
is KJ Wright, y'all?
Let me
You might
see
have
if
to
I
ask
can.
him how much. 6 million ain't bad.
6 mil. You know, that's for a 2 year contract. 12
He had
mil.
what you called him. We should have never let him go. In my opinion, he was playing with the
Marcus
Browns.
Smith.
Marcus Smith. He was just with the
Yeah.
playing on the Browns this past weekend. We should never let him go.
Somebody said on the market he'll go for 8.5. Now 8.5
Oh,
that's too rich now for
we're not going to do
the
8.5 for him. He's
I'll
30.
roll I'll
Thank you.
roll Jalen out there.
Yeah, he's
No, I'm just playing.
31. They're not 8.5. They're not paying 8.5 for him.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna pay 8.5. But I like the little website that I went to. They were talking about 6 mil,
Still would
2 year,
be
12.
good.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would go that route if they could do that, but he's not going to accept that because he's going to feel like I'm KJ Wright.
KJ Wright, man, y'all
I
do me
deserve a
right.
little more. Somebody's going to pay that for a KJ
Yeah,
Wright at
yeah.
31. I feel like he
At
wouldn't lowball
31.
himself at Dallas. You feel me? People be saying Dallas is the ultimate job. Nah, it's not. They don't pay that much.
Unless Dan Quinn can squeeze them, man. You know, squeeze them. Like, come on, man. Come on,
Man,
man.
these NFL players, he's 31. He's looking for his last contract, possibly. They trying to
Facts,
get that
facts.
pay. You feel me? But here's the
But
guy that,
but I will say this though before you go to the next player.
oh,
If you ever, and I wish NFL players listen, all you need is 1 year with the Cowboys. Think about it. Think about it. Look on TV. Was a dude named from Columbus. He went to Columbus. Marcellus Wiley and all those boys.
mhm.
They play 1 year, half a cup of coffee. Well, a couple years, half a cup of coffee, and they get all type of TV deals. So, hey, 31, get your 6 mil, and then you can wrap that up for the rest of your life.
We'll see.
TV deal.
We'll see
They
about that.
still got your boy Orlando Scandrick on TV shows here and there.
Man, that's wild. I mean, but hey, Orlando, whatever. KMT told me to get him on the show.
Yeah, it's okay. I ain't gonna talk nothing bad about him. As long as you get him on the show there.
We be quiet. We gonna say nice things about KMT.
I guarantee you, Patrick Creighton was gonna come on the show. He started Googling. He said, late night hype. Oh, these brothers talking real. Oh, they ain't talking about me, man.
He said, "What they say?" Oh, hell no, we ain't
Oh,
doing
hell
that
no.
like that,
Yeah, because the day before we inviting them on the show,
dog.
somebody said, "Oh, man, the comment box will lighten
Hey,
him up." I can only imagine the comment box if we'd have
dog,
had Patrick Creighton on the show this year,
dog,
last season.
that'd be wild, dog, for real, for real. So here's the guy that everybody loves to hate. He's Ice Cube. The you love to hate. Chidobe Awuzie.
Yeah, yeah.
26 years old. He made $1 million even. One million even. Does Cheeto come back to the Dallas Cowboys? And I know everybody in the chat going, no, no, hell no. But here's
Yeah.
my thing about Cheeto. I'm sorry, he's better than Anthony Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's not a trash cornerback. I know
Mm-hmm.
he didn't play to the second round status. I totally agree with that. He didn't play to that. He's not a
Mm-hmm.
guy when I watched him that's going to get a lot of picks. I think he maybe
Right.
could do a safety. But if we're looking at our team and you're looking at maybe these other guys exiting and you're not going to cost a lot of money, don't look at Cheeto any longer, Law. This is what I'm saying. Don't look at Cheeto any longer as he could be the guy. Don't even
Mm-hmm.
look at him like that. Now just look at him as a 2-year deal, and we got another serviceable corner that you can have on this team. If you're looking at him like that, you won't be mad. What do you think about that?
Um, my thing is Cheeto Woozier, 2 year contract deal will probably work. What dollar amount you was throwing out there?
Okay, he's making $1 million, so
Million, yeah,
I'm sure he may get a pay. I don't know because you missed half the season, but so did Anthony Brown, and he got a pay raise. I
yeah.
mean, Anthony Brown missed half the season last year, and he got him a pay raise, making $3 million, a 3-year, $9 million contract. So I'm thinking Cheeto may get 2.5. Let's say that. Let's say he gets a 2.5 raise. You wouldn't want Cheeto back on a couple-year deal. He's 26. You don't look at him as if you move away from he's not the guy any longer.
Right.
Why would you not bring him back? He's not gonna be your guy. You can have your Reggie Robinson come back because he was your corner. You can be probably gonna draft a corner high. Why not you? Why don't you put him back in the mix and he doesn't have to be the starter any longer? Rotate him.
Rotate the brother. My thing is, I would want him back for that amount of money, you know. But
Mhm.
my thing is, I'm looking at this website, top 100 free agencies, and he's number 42 on this list. So he's right in the middle, a little above the middle, what have you.
Mhm.
And they said their prediction, they was right on the money last year, but they're predicting that Cheeto will sign with the Dallas Cowboys
Mhm.
with the notion of 27 million. I know they're gonna run a lot of people out, but it's 3 years, 9 million a year, 15.5 million guaranteed, and 10 million of that being fully. So my thing is that's a lot of coins,
He's not
but
getting 9 million a
he
year.
ain't getting 9 million from the Dallas Cowboys playing
No, he's
those
not.
like a teaspoons a game.
Yeah, no, that's not. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
getting
it's
nine
not
million
possible.
dollars.
So, and I don't think Cowboys will live with 6 or 7 million, you know, or even
No,
5 million.
no, even five.
So
Why? Because you don't. We don't need you.
we don't need you. So what happened here? What I believe the Cowboys will do
I think they're going to
is
super low ball
they'll
in the
bluff
second
them.
year.
Yeah, they'll bluff him. They'll shoot him they'll low ball him,
Uh huh.
and then they'll allow him to test the market.
Yep.
And
And so,
if nobody bid higher than what they give him, then they probably go 100 to 200, maybe 500,000 of what they originally offered him, and say, okay, let's slap on another year. They're gonna give him how Barry Church said that they approached him. They're gonna do the exact same thing. If I'm a betting man,
yeah, and they're going
yeah,
to do it just like they did with Anthony Brown. I feel like they're going
yeah,
to lowball an offer or throw you a little offer, and say,
hmm
"Well, here's our offer. You can go out and see what's out there."
see what's
You go
out
out
there.
there and see ain't nobody out there looking at you. Okay, I'm gonna come back
hmm
here because I need a contract. So that's why I think I can see a Cheeto coming back, and especially if you don't look at him any longer as the guy. When they drafted him, they were looking at him. He could be the guy, and we were hoping for that. But we obviously see he's not. But he can definitely be a serviceable number 3 or 4 corner at a good price at the age, and you can maybe use him as a versatility. If somebody gets hurt, we've seen him start. You feel me? So you have those options. If
hmm
your main guy gets hurt, you can slide Cheeto as the starter because he's been a starter. So I think
Right.
value in that with him, and he knows the system. So I think that's why I would want a Cheeto back. People can say he get burned all day. I'm not believing all that. He doesn't get burned all day. Maybe he's not
Uh,
physical. He's not the guy that we thought he could be, but he's not trash. And if you get him at a good deal, why cut him? Why just let him walk? That doesn't make sense to me, just in my opinion.
no doubt, no doubt. I don't know if I'm able to post a link there, but it's a link to the top 100 list, and they got all of that information on there about Cheeto Woozy. I just posted it in the comment box. But my thing is, big game, James. You right on the money. Now, as far as him switching the position, I know I heard a lot of people say that, but at this point, normally you switch positions when it's all said and done that you can't play cornerback no more, right? When
Hmm.
it's all said and done, they're like, look, dog, you no longer a cornerback. You're gonna switch position to the safety role.
And I don't think we're
And I don't
doing
think
that.
that I don't
Hmm.
think that he want to do that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, I
And
don't think
he
he does
talked
it.
about it, but he kind of like, you talk, yeah. You want to play cornerback or you want to play safety?
He's like,
You know,
nah, nah.
you talking all day about other positions.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just,
like, nah, nah, nah. I ain't
yeah,
doing
no,
it.
no,
Yeah.
no,
So
no, no.
yeah,
How's
I
the
don't.
weather? By the way,
Exactly. You feel me? So corners is going to be a spot. Let's just see if he can come back. But I'm cool with Cheeto coming back definitely at a good price. So here's
yeah.
another guy right quick. I think we
hmm
all kind of like him. CJ Goodwin.
Mm.
He's 31 years old. He
CJ.
made 910,000. We see. I think we can get Goodwin back. I think Goodwin can come back.
Yeah, I mean that is the
I like
ace of the
that's
special team.
that's Master Ace. That's
Ace
Master
dog in the
Ace.
hole, man. Everybody need them a ace. Just like Chris Carter said, everybody need them a fall guy, and he got
Mhm.
fired. My thing is, he was telling the truth, but sometimes the truth is the hardest pill to swallow. Everybody need them a fall guy in the NFL, and everybody need them a ace. And that dog, he's an ace. He's one of the gunners on special teams. He's one of the guys that can catch and do the fake on special teams. I don't know if he can catch with those hands, but he's the guy. And on top of that, I love the fact, didn't like it, but I love the fact where they played him at safety role to spy. Who's that quarterback? Uh, Jalen Hurts. They
Hmm.
played him. They played a perfect situation and said, okay, just imagine this was a kickoff return. We're gonna play you at the highest peak, and all we want you to do is when you see Jalen break to one side to chase down and spot and causes the read, we'll figure the other stuff out. And I like that. And CJ, he got some speed too.
Yeah, he
Boy got some
does.
speed.
And he's versatile. I like CJ.
Hmm.
He's versatile. I mean, he's the gunner. I mean, he plays some safety. I think he play a little slot corner, not in the saying he's going to be great. And he's a
Right.
very good tackler. He's a very, very
Very
good
good.
tackler. So I think you definitely bring him back. You figure it out. I feel like he's definitely going to be affordable, and he's like that glue special teams guy, kind of like that
Hmm.
ace, like not like you said Kenny Gant, but we had some guys back in the day. What was that number 29? And we let him play Keith Davis. Remember Keith
Keith
Davis?
Davis got shot up and still
Yeah,
was out there.
got shot up and came right back in there. It came right back after getting shot up. But Keith Davis, remember how he was this thing? Special teams, he kind of made his
Right.
mark. And he actually got a chance to get in that lineup because his special teams play. So I
Hmm.
like CJ Goodwin and bring him back. I like him.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that boy good.
he good. He good. So another guy right here, because we're almost done with the list, Law.
We got.
Jordan Lewis, Hip Pocket Lewis, 26 years old, making 810,000. I ain't trying to pocket watch you guys. I'm just saying what it's out there, what they're making. So Jordan, I think he's gone. I just feel like because Jordan, this is just my opinion. Because Jordan's attitude, not saying his attitude is bad, but I just feel like he's just not gonna just settle for this any longer.
Yeah,
I don't know
Jordan.
what kind of offer he'll get out there on the
Yeah.
market, but I think some people will look at Jordan Lewis like he'll be intriguing. I think some people will have a market for Jordan Lewis. Not like I think of Cheeto would have a little bit of a market,
Yeah.
but I think people will look at Jordan Lewis and say, "Let me see what he's about."
Yeah.
And I
I
just feel
know
like he's kind of
the
going.
Raiders,
Yeah, you feel me? Like a
yeah,
Raiders, the Chiefs,
the
teams that are
Chiefs, the
familiar with Dallas,
Colts.
the Colts.
Right. Even Miami, can give him a chance. Kayvon Frazier's still down there, right?
Mm.
Conley, I think he's out there free from the Raiders. He's gonna be on the free agent list. I think you
Gary
can bring.
Conley.
Yeah, yeah. And Troy Hill, all of those boys are going to be on the market that can do some things that's similar to what Jordan Lewis can do. My thing is Jordan Lewis, man, he got to sometimes get his head into the game.
That's what I
Like
mean.
he headbutted somebody, Remember that?
That's why I feel like he's just emotional, and it's not a.
He
I mean,
going back and
did
forth.
you see? Did you see his tweet? We talked about his tweet. Remember?
Yeah, like dude, look, you don't have to prove to everybody, man. Big Game James, your name, Big Game James.
I mean,
And
for real, dog.
come
Like
on,
this is only. I mean, when he made that tweet, and I wasn't hating, but I'm just thinking, like in my head, like I get what you're saying, Jordan, but you chose this profession, and if you chose this profession to play in the NFL, you're getting critiqued
you
whether
gonna
you
get
like
it.
it or not, whether people are watching film or not. That's just what's going to happen. And you can't really just get mad at that. You feel me? Like that's just part of the territory. And I just feel like he gets emotional with it. And so I just feel like he going to want an opportunity. And I don't feel like that opportunity is ever going to be in Dallas.
Right. The thing is, yeah, he did shut down Kamara. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Paul. But my thing is, yes,
But
and
is he
that's a
going to
good
get
thing.
that opportunity with, Dan
Every
Quinn?
game,
You
yeah.
feel me?
And I think that as a collective, that team against the Saints, we heard all of the stuff that we couldn't beat them, and we was going to be what was on the bottom of everybody's feet. And I think as a collective, we looked at it like, okay, Randy Gregory was hot that game, D Law was hot that game, and Byron Jones literally shut down the full side of the field that game. Michael Thomas was in witness protection because we never heard of him. Like what happened to Michael Thomas?
Mhm.
And of course that game it was one of those things whereas we looked at it like, okay, good, that was a coming out game for Jordan Lewis. But my thing is with Jordan Lewis, when he get beat, he get beat. He started to hold on to you, grabbing on
And
you.
he
Yeah,
mentally gets him. I
mentally.
think. I think
And
it
I think a smaller
mentally
market will work out best for him, Big Game James.
me too.
Whereas
I
the
just
fan
like
base is not that rowdy. I think that this market or even the Eagles market is just not built for him. Shout
mhm.
out to him, nice guy, beautiful family and everything. But I believe that he get in his feelings too much. And one thing about DBs, you played that side of the ball, Big Game James, you got to have a what?
Short
Short
memory,
term,
dog.
short memory. Yeah,
And
you gonna get burned as a DB, but you
listen to
can't
the
allow
noise.
it
You can't listen to another
to get to
noise
your
because
mind. Yeah,
it'll play with your head, and then you, especially when you're playing corner, you out there and everybody sees it.
yeah. That joker said, "Man, I'm gonna go. How about I'm gonna dress up as a regular person and go to people's jobs and judge them? Like, come
No,
on, dog. Come
hey,
on, man.
when I seen that tweet, I said, "Come on, dog," because here would be my thing. And this is what I thought when he said that. And because, Antoine Woods jumped on there right after and said, "Oh, let me be on there because I'll be a guest." And my thought was, okay, I'll be cool. Like, in my opinion, my first thought was, come to my job then, but don't be biased because you don't want us to be biased. Come to the job, be honest, give me an honest opinion. Because if you came to my job and watched me and I helped you, you're going to give me an A+ rating, dog, if you ain't hating. You get
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
If you hating, you ain't gonna give me an A+ rating. So you ain't gonna call me trash at my job because I'm not trash. Now I could come at your spot and I do look at the tape and I ain't never seen you trash. But if I miss a play and we all know it and you get mad at that, that's not anybody else's problem. And once again, you chose to play NFL football. When you chose to play any professional sports, you're getting criticized.
Yeah,
Your stuff is all going to be in the news. Everybody's going to be talking trash about you. That is coming with the territory. If you
right.
can't deal with it, don't play NFL football.
Right, right. It's kind of equivalent to somebody if they mix a box and they're working in a factory and they're supposed to stack them and fold them, stack them and fold them. If they miss a box, would you go headbutt the person that didn't stack them right? You know what I'm saying? So no, you can't go to anybody's job and try to grade them because they ain't gonna headbutt somebody because they forgot to stack them or fold them, stack them and fold them. You get what I'm saying, Big Game James?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. So it's just like I
Just
said,
play
dog.
dumb.
I
Yeah.
just feel like his time is as, and it's not no hate, but I just feel like his time is done here.
Yeah, let's go with it, man. I want some people, and I had Jordan Lewis as one of my dogs, man.
Mhm.
It hurt me because of the fact that the sensitive side overcame like the sensitive side showed up too much because I love the
Oh,
situation where he was going back and forth with Dez Bryant. Dez. I
he's
said,
like, that's
okay.
mine.
That's mine. I said, okay, this is a little dog, little chihuahua barking at the biggest dog out there. I love it. And it was contagious because
Mhm.
everybody else said, let me get some too. I want some too. Let line them up. And I said, yes, this is what we need. But softer and softer every year, softer and softer.
I think, but you know what? I'm gonna go to this point before we switch to the next person. Though, Law, they allowed him his rookie year to kind of be that, and they kind of washed it though the next year with Chris Richard saying that I want this type of player and this type of length, and Jordan basically went from almost pretty much a starter his rookie year to nothing. We remember
Right.
that. Remember,
Yeah.
we were all bugging how he was showing so much promise as a rookie when he was playing that outside because I feel like he is an outside corner. He only gets plays the slot because he doesn't have the size in their opinions. But I feel like he is a outside corner. And that's why he is better at that. And I feel like he struggles in the slot. And I think that's why you see him when people are like, man, Jordan Lewis fell off. No, he's not a slot corner. Not in my opinion. He's an outside corner. And that's why he struggles. But
Yeah.
you saw how much of a dog he was because they let him be able to be that. He was all taken away the next year, and I feel like that just suppressed what he was in his mind.
And in mind. So yeah, one play that we can go back on was, I believe, was it his rookie year against the Green Bay? And of course, that was Adams. Adams make everybody look foolish, but that was just the reality. You got a smaller corner on the outside. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is going to go that look anyway. It was stupidity of the Cowboys defense to keep Jordan Lewis on that outside on that play. But that's just how it is for his career. But it is what it is, man.
So, hey,
He gonna ball whoever team he go to. There, how
I think
about
if he
that?
goes somewhere, yeah, I think if he goes somewhere else, he's gonna have a good opportunity. He's gonna play some good football over there. So, a few more people, Law. One in particular, we're gonna have to mention three more people, and we're gonna be done with this. Four, actually.
Okay, cool.
The guy Xavier Woods, dog. Xavier Woods. Now check this out. Xavier Woods, because remember, he wasn't drafted in the first, second, third. He was drafted as a sixth rounder. So he's not going to cost any kind of money. You feel me? He made 639,000. 26 years old. I mean, I don't feel like he's this is what I'm gonna say about Xavier. we understand what I tried to stay on the train. I tried to hype him and
Hmm.
try to, but obviously, but to say he's terrible, that's not true.
Right.
He is an athletic safety. I feel like if he went somewhere else, he'd be okay. I just feel like he's just goofy with it, and he needs to go. But once again, you only made 600 some thousand. Stephen Jones, if he's looking at the safety position, if you still had Darian Thompson on there, why wouldn't Stephen Jones offer him a contract? And I'm not saying I want him back. I want him gone because I feel like it's just what you said and all that. Just go now. But Stephen Jones can say, "You make 600 some thousand. You 26-year-old safety. Here's a 2-year deal. What's up?"
Yeah, I mean the 2 year deal that probably be the most money he can ever see. Then again, if they first they're gonna try to lowball him before he get to test the market because some teams
Yeah,
have so
they
much
definitely.
money, yeah, that they can circumvent it. Reading this website, it said Woods entered the league as a versatile safety who had slot coverage ability. We remember we love him at the slot in Louisiana Tech
He
because
played
they was
like
able
his
to
first
blitz him
year.
out of that. Yeah, what he had 14 interceptions, big game.
Yeah, 14 interception in his career at
Yeah.
Louisiana Tech, and I believe he had 6 his last year and returned 2 for touchdowns. That's what you were excited about, the playmaking ability.
Yeah, playmaking ability. And then they said that yeah, he's supposed to be interchangeable, but his best play were out there in the deeper thirds or what have you, according to this website. And his worst is when he's living around the box, meaning that he get gobbled up. And I think that somebody was talking to me about this. It could have been you, Big Game James. Whereas you play your final year, some people go balls out. Some people say, "Man, this is my last year. I'm trying to get as much money I can." Or some people try to play carefully so they won't get hurt, so they can look at it and say, "Okay, I can cash out with the biggest paycheck that I can ever have for my family and beyond," and put everybody on, right?
Mhm.
So he gambled with that type of skill of play. It seems as if though he came out saying to himself, "I'm gonna play whereas I can't get hurt. I'm not finna put my nose deep down inside and feel or when I'm on the foreside. And when I have cutback responsibility, I'm gonna wait till I see the actual runner get into the open, then I would make my pathway to come down and tackle." So we saw a lot of hesitancy. And then he comes out and says the foolish thing of all is that I cannot give 100% of the time, 100% of the time. If I encourage you guys right now to type in Pat Mahomes shampoo commercial 100%, Pat Mahomes got a commercial out there that they paying him to say, "Hey, I give 100% of the time, 100% of the time on the field." And that's a shampoo head and shoulder commercial with him and the guy that used to be a free safety for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I forgot his name, but he got that
Palomalu.
Palamalu. Yeah, yeah, with the head and shoulder commercial. Brilliant commercial, by the way. But he only got that commercial. Of course, he's a franchise quarterback, but he had to say that as lies 100% of the time. Xavier Woods could never get that commercial.
Man, he's never going to get a commercial in his life, probably ever. Never, ever, ever, probably going to get a commercial. But the funny thing is, though, Law, like I said, when you don't cost a lot of money, them Jones is going to look at you and say, "Hey, you weren't terrible with us. We can draft a safety. We can get another free agent, and we can just, sign you and see what happens." Because I feel like they're not going to just say, "All right, bye, Xavier Woods. We never want to talk to you again." I don't feel like they're going to do that. Boss brought it to me. And here's the thing. This is what I tell Cowboys fans: stop thinking how you think.
Hmm.
Stop thinking what you want, because you're just gonna get mad at you're just gonna be mad and frustrated Cowboys fan.
Right.
If you start just living in reality and start saying, "How does Steven and Jerry and them work? Look at how do they draft? Look at how they do their free agents." Then you won't get as mad as when you say, "Hell no!" Like, and I feel y'all when y'all say, "Get Woods out of here." I feel y'all, but it don't matter what we think.
Right.
Right? We ain't paying Xavier Woods. So it don't matter what we think. We still got to look at what are the Joneses going to think about Xavier Woods. And they can look back and say, "You're a 6th round safety for the Dallas Cowboys. You have made $600,000. Your market may not be high, but some people may look at you. We don't have a lot of safeties. Our only safety we really have on the team back on contract is not Xavier Woods, is Donovan Wilson. So
Hmm.
yeah, we could definitely probably bring you back on a 2-year deal and draft somebody and let y'all compete." Yeah, they could
Yeah.
definitely do that.
Yeah. I want to know now. You make me want to do some homework. Just since he just had Barry Church on there, and he
Mhm.
said, I don't know if did you post the behind the scenes already with Barry Church on your channel?
Yeah, I did.
Y'all check out that behind the scenes. Join the membership. I see the people that's already in here. Steven, he probably can see it as well, and as well as Akeem. When you join the membership, you can see the behind the scene. Barry Church, one of the words that gravitated to me again of what he said was he said, I would never allow the Joneses to do that to me again.
Hmm.
When they lowballed him. And Barry was the truth. We could have signed him heading into 2017, and we'd have had some of that rapport with that strong safety. You see, he was coming a lot right along the way, but he was like, "Man, they lowball me." And the moment I got a chance to test the market, and
He
I'm
was
not
out.
saying that Xavier Woods is in that category of a Barry Church, but what I'm saying is that looking at the angles and the way, the philosophy where the Jones is going to come at them, they're going to come at them with the lowest of the lowest price tag available. And they're gonna squeeze them, and they're gonna say, "Hey, man, look at you, man. Nobody else wants you. You were drafted in the 6th round. Everybody, they're not gonna say it in those factors, but you know what I'm saying. They're gonna put their salesman's breath on it.
Well, I mean, and you
Hmm.
heard what he said. He said when he blew out his Achilles, and he said they signed him for that deal, and he said they got him. He
They
said
got them.
he said they got me for the low because you know what they did? They said, "Hey, you're undrafted. We
Hmm.
gave you a chance. You blew out your Achilles. Here's this money." And what's he looking at? I just blew out my Achilles tendon. Who's going to be looking at me and I'm an undrafted safety? You feel me? I got
Hmm.
to take this
Nobody.
money, and that's when you could hear him how he's like they got me because it was kind of like I I had to. But he said once I came back around, I wasn't going to do that again. I was going to get paid, and I was going to get my money. And so
Hmm.
and like you said, they were already going to come at him like, okay, we're already going to throw this made up in our mind what we're going to throw at you, regardless of what you want. This is the
Hmm.
offer that we're going to give you. And he was like, all right, hell no, we're not. I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to go my way. So the Cowboys, like I said, they're going to approach these guys and say, we're going to give you a offer, but it's nothing going to be nothing great. And you can go out there and see what it is. But if there's nothing
Right.
out there, we're going to be sitting right here. And it doesn't matter what we want. If that NFL player looks at this deal and goes out there on the market and there's nobody out there, what's going to most likely happen? They're not going to sit there and say, I quit football and not take this damn money.
Hmm.
This reality.
Woo! That's fire. That's real stuff, Cowboy Nation.
I mean, it
Real
is.
stuff.
We gotta
Real
talk.
deal.
We gotta talk real here, man. We can't talk the fake stuff. Feel me?
Yeah.
All right. So here's a guy who stepped up. We got three more players, Law. Here's a guy that stepped up who I'd like to come back, and I wonder how he would go because I feel like somebody would snatch him just on the potential what he did this year, and I wanted him out of town.
I wonder who.
Noah Brown.
Oh.
Noah Brown, 25 years old, 617,000. And I was ready for to get him out of town. But you know what? I had to look at maybe that staff is the one that crippled him and they pigeonholed him as the blocking receiver and the guy that can bulk up and do this. But guess what? He lost some weight this past year, was looking like CD Lamb as far as with them damn
Yeah.
dreads and stuff out there. Made some good catches, was real nimble on the field. I would like to see a Noah Brown because he can play multiple positions. He can block. He can play special teams. He can be a fourth receiver for you. I mean, he's got strong hands. He's a big guy. I like to see him back. What's your thoughts? But I think somebody would maybe try to scoop him and see what kind of potential he had because he came out real young.
Yeah, he came out real young, and I recall me and you was out there in Oxnard,
Yeah.
and we was looking at his body, his frame, and he was working the chords, and I was like, man, that dude kind of, he was on the bigger side. And
Hmm.
regardless of what they would say, we knew what they was trying to do. They were trying to convert this guy into a tight end. But this new administration staff, this new year for him, he converted back to being what his rightful position is, which is a wide receiver. And he slammed down. He looked crisp in and out of his cuts, and his route was running was really nice. And he pulled the ball out of the sky. And several times, yeah, we did thought that, hey, that's CD. Then we see the 8 and the 5 as opposed to 88. We said, oh damn, that's Noah Brown, but he looked good. And it was a certain play out there that he took the ball off the field and he was gone. I said, boy, that boy fast. He looked
Hmm.
faster than all of the other wide receivers.
Yeah. He
So
shows some explosiveness.
explosiveness, explode, they violence. You know what Coach Bird say, violence as a route runner.
Hmm.
So my thing is, the Cowboys, if he getting 610,000, maybe they can probably Jerry Wayne come in there and lowball him again and see. But if he tests the market, I believe he won't be back. So they got to give him a contract and see. But I think if he tests the market, somebody will pull the trigger on him.
Yeah, I think somebody's gonna pick him up. And I definitely wouldn't mind him coming back, but I just feel like somebody's gonna pick him up for some reason. I just feel like somebody's gonna sneak him, see he's 25, and say, "Hey," and they're gonna look at you, played at Ohio State. Let's give you a try and let's see what you can do.
It could be Jacksonville.
Could be. I mean, you got the connection. You know,
Yeah.
Urban Meyer's over there, and he's gonna look at him. Oh, you unrestricted? Let me come on over here, Noah, because you play with me, and you was a dog at that in that Oklahoma game, for real, for real. All right, so Rondell Carter. Didn't see a lot of him, but I think they'll give him a chance because he wore the 97, got a shook daddy kneecaps and ankles all split up when he tried to make that tackle. But I like him. Let's see.
Rondell Carter. Oh wow, they're gonna give him a little cheap boy contract. I think that even if he tests the market, only the coach gave him an opportunity. So I believe that Rondell
Oh,
Carter.
he's restricted.
Oh, he restricted now. So
Oh,
Rondell Carter, he ain't
he's
get
the
no more.
exclusive rights. Like he's the exclusive
Antoine
rights.
Woods, Twaka
Like
Woods,
yeah,
last year.
like Twaka. So we ain't got to worry about him. He's
Okay.
exclusive. They'll probably just give him a deal. Um, Cedric Wilson is a restricted free agent. They're gonna put an offer out for him, definitely.
Yeah, special team guy, a quarterback in a pinch, red zone opportunities for him is unbelievable. He showed up. He had a spurt of games, right?
Mhm.
And I think that was in the largelyhood of Dak Prescott when he was out there throwing him the ball or what have you. And I think that during the offseason, a lot of people don't know that Cedric, he actually worked out with Dak Prescott a lot.
Mhm.
So he was like the go-to guy. When he joined when he jumped on our show 105, I'm about to say 105.3 The Fan, but we jumped on our show, late night hype. I'm getting
Right, right.
105.3
You
The
feel
Fan to
me?
plug,
Yeah,
man. But,
don't
but
be
shout
getting
out to
them.
them, man.
Oh,
Shout
don't be
us.
getting them. Don't make them no plug. Oh, don't let me not say that because
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they talking about us right now. But
mhm.
when Cedric was on our show, check out Big Game James. If you join the membership, and this is a shameless plug, by the way. If you join the membership, you can see the behind the scenes with Cedric Wilson of the things that we talked about, like working out with Coach Bird, working out with Dak Prescott, and just working on everything. And if I'm Dak Prescott, I'm going to the Jones and saying, okay, I need that at number 11 because there was something special that we was working with before the injury, and I think that he will be back.
Yeah, I like him. He's restricted, and I think he showed a whole bunch more. And the biggest thing with Cedric Wilson, he just had to stay healthy. I made a video of him this past
Hmm.
summer. I said I want him back on the team. He's just got to stay healthy. He stayed healthy this year. He looked fit. He had a couple
Right.
touchdowns this season. Like you said, him and Dak have a great connection with each other, and he can play multiple roles. So definitely bring him back because you can't just hate on a guy like him. And
Okay.
now, last but not least, Twaka. He's a restricted free agent. Twaka is.
Okay,
Don't say
Twaka.
nothing. Don't say nothing bad about Twaka because he's gonna catch us.
Hey, give Twaka one of these. Shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
My thing is with Twaka, man. Same scenario with Jordan Lewis. The same situation. Why? Why go back and forth with us, Big Game James?
Why? There's
I
no
told
need.
I,
You
I told the brother.
this is what my mother told me,
Yeah.
Law. Before you finished that, this is what my mother told me when I got into this media thing. She said, "Don't argue with nobody in the media. You won't win."
Right.
So I said, all right, I might have debates with people. When I see they're getting argumentative, I'm done. I'm out because they just want to argue all day. But just like you said, just like go ahead and talk about that because that still throws me off to this day. Like you wasn't even being disrespectful to him. You was just like giving your opinion of your
Yeah.
film work of what you do. You look at film, so they can't come at you and say because I've been seeing a lot of these players, and I think that's kind of weak. And I'm not disrespecting the players.
Hmm.
But I don't like when they be coming out and say the easy thing, oh, y'all watch Sports Center and y'all ain't you just go watch the tape. We watching the tape, bro. Like we getting film. Like a lot of us was coaches. A lot of people did play just because we didn't play in the NFL. We did play. We did
Right.
coach. A lot of people have done this, and so you can't all pigeonhole us and say, "Oh, and don't none of y'all know what y'all talking about because y'all ain't playing the damn NFL." That's
Right.
just not accurate, dog, at all. You feel
Right.
me?
It's like looking at a TV set and you saying, "Well, that TV is trash because it's not showing a high quality definition image." And the TV maker saying, "Well, you ain't making TVs." No, we can see what we see, right? We don't
Mhm.
have to make the TV in order to give our analysis of whether or not the image is clear in HD or if it's 1080. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
With 60 frames per second. My thing is with Twaka, he said, I said literally, and I said, man, it would be nice for Twaka to be a rotational piece, maybe give you 15 to 20 snaps max, in a game, and you would see more of his explosiveness, you see more of his play out there on the field, maybe his productivity would be even greater. So he gets all butthurt about it, say, hey, we'll see about it, we'll see about it. Now, granted,
Like I love people like
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I love people like you. My thing is love me, because at the end of the day, look, I just want you to be better than what you were last year and the year before that. All I want you to do, if I can motivate you from the confines of my little spinning chair right here, then I did my job because I'm only over here talking. But
Mhm.
if you can't take my words and use it and you get out there in the field and you get folded up like a wallet and you can't be man enough and tough enough to take those words from me, I can only imagine how you going to feel when you got an offensive lineman just looking you right in the eyes who's ready to fold you up and sit you down, right? And
Right.
as a person that's looking at this thing, my words should be nothing to you. You should be dig so deep into the playbook that anything that I say should be like water on a duck's back. Now, the second thing was he going back and forth with an Instagram guy who posted the same sentiment, saying that, hey, and he didn't even say that Woods was trash, by the way. He was just saying that, hey, man, he's called a spade, right, Big Game James?
Mhm.
And here he's going out there bloviating about his skill of play, and the guy got a whole gang of screenshots and put it out there and say, "Hey, Twalker,
I
what about this,
I
Antoine
mean,
Woods?"
and that was wild when that happened because
Hmm.
y'all sent it to me. I was actually sleeping, then I woke up and jumped in there, and did like you said. When he was like, when he called dude out, dude was like, "Oh yeah, I can show film all day. Like, hold on,
Right.
give me like about an hour, and I'll show you tons of tape where you were getting." Beat up, you weren't doing your job, you weren't doing anything out there as far as what you were saying, and so it's you can't jump out there as a player and say, oh, watch the tape, and then somebody really show you tape, and then what you gonna say when it's because it's on tape,
It's on
it's
tape, dog.
on film, everybody see it, so it's not like everybody's out here a liar.
Old folks say this: not everybody is lying on you. And if you got multiple people saying that you're not playing your responsibilities right and you're not doing this right, and then on top of that, you have the audacity to speak out when you on the historically bad defense. There's nobody defense, I guess, in the top five of the worst defenses of the Dallas Cowboys ever, 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 ever. It's going down in the histories of the books of number 99 in the year of 2020 played on the worst defense possible. Now, of course, you can cherry pick the people that smoozes you and like your post and retweet you and do all of this stuff and say they the greatest people to report on the Cowboys news. But the thing is, and I'm not going to give the person no airtime as it relates to name recognition and credit, but you guys can just do your homework and you'll find out who he's talking about. But for crying out loud, look, that's like putting lipstick on a pig. And then it's also saying, okay, this person right here is telling everybody that this is how you call and do the Cowboys. But the thing is, you can say that, but the reality of it is people don't want sugary coated stuff. People want the truth, and the
Mhm.
truth shall set you free.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Cowboy Nation, nobody want anybody to lie to kick it. We can see with our natural eyes that, hey, anywhere from 15 to 20 snaps, like I said, you'll have better production. And in the news flash, Big Game James, when he was on the market, ain't nobody reached out and said, hey man, let's bring number 99 in for a little cup of coffee. Nobody.
Be a starter.
To be yeah.
I mean, like that's what I said. You can't. They kill me with that. And like I said, this ain't bashing the players or nothing like that.
Right.
This is being real. Like you came in the league, you were undrafted.
Right.
You were on the practice squad with Tennessee. You feel me? So nobody's hating. It's just that's what it was. You came over to Dallas. You came in. I remember when I interviewed him a couple of years ago. I was like, you know what? He got into the scrap where Frederick was scrappy. Got and he did hella work. But like you said, you not. I don't feel like a 16 game starter where you're
Right.
depending on Antoine Woods because you will that run game will come down that middle. They will double team him. It would wear on him, and eventually that run game is going to show up in the third or fourth quarter. No matter what you say, all to us, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
We need a dog D tackle. We need a dog one tech somewhere, somehow, some way. We got to find someone out there. And then if, like you said, if you can bring him back as a backup and get them 15 plays, dog, you so much better. You don't always have to be the starter. They're called 6-man awards. That's why
Yeah.
they have them. They have people come off the bench that are in Vinny Johnson, instant offense. People can you remember the Pistons, right? But you remember
Right.
Vinny Johnson coming off that bench and killing it, right?
Killing.
Okay, so but nobody worried. Was he worried about starting? No, he was called
No.
the microwave.
The
Because when he comes
microwave.
off the bench, he heats up. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
worry about just doing that and being that and being great, and then let's go from there. But hey, if they offer him a contract, I'm cool. But
I'm
I hope
cool with it too.
he
I
doesn't
look.
go out there
I,
and
I
keep
want
losing
him on the
money.
team,
I
basically.
want him on the team too,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. Want them on the team in conjunction with, maybe they get a Jay to a Filet, or maybe they get a Christian Barmore. Maybe, just maybe, they get a Davion Nixon or somebody else, a Tyler Shelvin that
Mhm.
can give him even more limited snaps out there. Or I think I saw your guy John Owings. He was on with Sky earlier. He was breaking down Aleem McNeil. Maybe you bring those boys in for a cup of coffee. Well, draft them, and then you have a less and less work for Antoine Woods, and you have a better situation for the defense. So we won't be historically bad. By the way.
Yeah, we gonna see on that. Now, hopefully, I had inbox John probably about a month and a half ago. Hopefully, I'm actually
Mhm.
gonna hit him back up again probably tomorrow, because you know how he is the D law guy. He
Yeah.
is that D law guy. So I said,
Yeah.
you know what? I said, hey man, me and you need to do a show where you can let me know why you think D law is great, and I can tell you why I don't think he is. Like me and you have a debate. He said, yeah, let's do it after the season. So I'm gonna get in his inbox and see if we can do that. I think that'd be a good show
Oh yeah.
because he's a D law advocate. He's on that
Right.
D law train, and he got plenty of stuff to back it up. And I've done a little studying, and I want to see why he thinks D law is great and prove to me why you think he is. So hopefully we can
Well,
get that popping off because that'd be fun. That'd definitely be fun. So let's get that going, y'all.
let's go.
Feel me? But hey, man, appreciate you jumping in, big dog.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man, for talking
Appreciate
about this content about the Dallas Cowboys. You know, Big Game James. I don't like the Cowboys at all.
you.
I love them.
Love them
I love
Cowboys.
them.
Love them
Yeah,
Cowboys.
yeah.
You feel me?
Holla, holla. I see you. I see you over there.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
brought that good energy, you feel me? Them haters, they tried to jump in early, you feel me?
Hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
haters, y'all can jump in here. Y'all probably jump in here for the next week or 2 weeks, but I'm gonna still be here and most other people's are gonna be here and we're gonna over drown, over flood, overrun, and stomp you out. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because don't hate because other people don't say something that you like, and you know what it is. So let's go, Cowboys, and we got the hype Wednesday, right?
Wednesday night, we're gonna have a special guest.
Special guest
Is it Tyler Patman, right?
Tyler Patman.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna talk to him about Cowboy stuff and what he's doing with himself. Hopefully, we can put some spices on that thing and try to lean towards, hey, what really happened when he fought with Dez Bryant, and maybe since Dez Bryant he's at the house now, maybe
Mhm.
we can get Dez Bryant on the show. Maybe just maybe we can talk enough noise and see Dez Bryant complete his case, man.
Man, we need to. I feel like that we got to get Dez in here. I feel like we are somehow, some way it's going to come. I don't
Right.
know how it's going to come or when it's going to come, but I really feel like we going to get Dez on here. I just really feel it. We're going to get Dez on here. Let's speak it into existence. But Dez
Hmm.
Bryant's going to be on the show somehow, some way. I don't know how, but
Somehow, some way.
he's going to be on there. Yes, Akeem Tyler Patman. I don't know if you remember him. He was a cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys. He played for us what 3 years because we
Two,
let him go.
three.
We pick
What was it? Was it the 14 year, 2014 year?
2014. I think he was on 2014 because he actually played pretty decent with us in 2014. I think that's why he got that contract. And then we kind
Hmm.
of cut him and then come back. Anytime somebody would get hurt, they would call him right back. So he was kind of off and on with the Dallas Cowboys, but
Right.
he's going to jump in here. He played the cornerback position. May not be like some of these other guys, but at the end of the day, this is what I always say. They may not have been dogs in the NFL, but they did play in the league, so they got to know a little bit of something.
Yeah, yeah, you might know a little something, that can put something on our mental. If not, at the end of the day, if it
We
don't
still
compromise his Dallas Cowboys future jobs, maybe he can give us a little insight to Jerry
insight.
Wayne.
You feel me? Insight. And like we said, we always trying to give you the ear close to the Cowboys. So we're going to keep on bringing that for you. So we're going to have that on the hype tomorrow. It's going to be on my spot. I'm going to have Connor live say draft in the draft scout, and then also Dalton Miller because he does a lot of stuff with 105 the fan and those guys. Both of those guys are going to be on the show tomorrow. And we're going to be talking cornerbacks and safeties. Those guys do all that draft stuff, and I'm gonna say, you know what, those are smart guys. I'm the dumb guy, but I'm gonna jump in there and throw my little 2 cents in there. So I think that'll be a really good show. So make sure y'all in here tomorrow for that, and let them know, Law. We already know all about you, but let them still know if we got some people who ain't heard about freaking
Yeah.
Law Nation, which I don't know how you haven't. Let them
Oh
know.
man, oh man. Just follow me at LAW Nation. That's on the YouTube and LAWS Nation on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. So all of those locations. You probably can go to LAWSNation.net. That's where I'm at, and also MySpace, Black Planet, baby, and where else I'm at? Oh,
Oh
Roku
yeah,
TV and
Roku,
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, every
Yeah.
dog. He on dog. You for real. You own the world.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Ah, cool.
Yeah, yeah. My dog Law is. I want to be like you when I grow up.
You already there, bro. You already there, bro. Let's go, man. Cowboy Nation, one way or another, man. Really appreciate you, Big Game James, for letting me jumping on this beautiful platform. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Remember, we got what? We got over 100 likes, man. That's all I needed, man.
Yeah, that's
My
all we
teeth get
needed.
whiter now.
Yeah,
Let's
now
go.
all we needed was them 100 likes. But we'll talk to you, Law. I want to holler at you real quick before we get off of here, and then. But you know what? Big Game James, Silver and Blue Nation, Law Nation. You know how we do. Check out the late night hype. Tyler Patman, Boss Cowboys, I think might be on there. Skywalker still. You know how we do. Make sure you check out the scouting draft show tomorrow, and
Yeah,
let's get it, man. Holla at y'all.
appreciate you.
Talk to you soon. Peace. Big Game James, Law Nation. We out.